Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First, Biden's Justice Department blasted the White House over those last-minute pardons for federal inmates that nobody seemed to understand. Don't worry, though. I'm sure that all those preemptive pardons make sense. Then, a Yosemite Park ranger got fired for hanging a giant trans flag on El Capitan. I don't understand why they do that to a national park. El Capitan has been standing there minding its own business for millions of years. Meanwhile, your family reunion is literally begging for some drama. Next, California lawmakers are holding hearings on new gerrymandered congressional maps, but no one will admit who actually drew them. Apparently, the only thing more gerrymandered than California's districts is their explanation of who's responsible for gerrymandering them. And finally, Gavin Newsom is out on X trying to act like President Trump, and MSNBC just called him out for being embarrassing. That's like having Maxine Waters criticize you for wearing a bad wig. And then we go to the comment section. The first one's on the segment that we did about Governor Pritzker, who was going to give financial aid to illegal immigrants. Somebody asked how much Pritzker is worth, so we're going to look at that. And then on the segment about the boys that got suspended for noticing a girl in their locker room, a lot of people were commenting on, wasn't it breaking the law, the fact that she was taking video in there? So we will be looking at that. Okay, let's dive in. Even Biden's own Justice Department couldn't figure out who he pardoned or why. Biden DOJ officials were caught off guard by Biden's sweeping clemency grants just days before he left office earlier this year, which affected nearly 2,500 federal inmates. Internal emails show that the DOJ leaders criticized the White House for falsely portraying the recipients as strictly nonviolent offenders. At that point, the Biden White House was running on autopilot. Unfortunately, the plane was pointed at a mountain. In one email, a Biden DOJ official warned colleagues that the White House's description was misleading. He said this, "In communication about the commutations, the White House has described those who received commutations as people convicted of non-violent drug offenses. I think you should stop saying that because it is untrue or at least misleading." Nothing to see here, just Biden's own DOJ doing a fact check on the Biden White House. Apparently, Biden's auto pen was programmed by the same people who designed healthcare.gov. The park ranger who helped hang a trans flag in Yosemite National Park has been fired. The park ranger had teamed up with several activists, including RuPaul's Drag Race star Patty Gonia, to hang a transgender flag on the El Capitan rock formation at Yosemite National Park. The park ranger said in an Instagram post that she was fired from her job with the National Park Service last week. So, what have we learned? National monuments are for tourists and postcards. If you want to make everyone uncomfortable, that's what Thanksgiving dinner is for. California lawmakers are holding hearings on new gerrymandered congressional maps, but no one knows who's actually drawing them. Luckily, we have State Senator Sabrina Cervantes to explain this to us. Here she is after she was asked, who exactly is responsible for drawing the maps?
So the criteria has remained the same from the CRC. 76% of the districts remain the same, and that is what Californians will see. There are many folks, stakeholders, who've had an input on the map drawing process, but ultimately this is up to the decision of California voters.
Okay, well, I guess she's not going to answer who drew the maps. Let's try asking someone else. This is Gail Pellerin, who leads the Assembly's Elections Committee. Maybe she can tell us who drew the maps. Again, she was asked, who drew the maps?
Well, so the maps have been posted on our website since 8 o'clock yesterday. The lines are very clear where people can go on and observe and see what we're doing. There are adjustments. Many counties and many districts are not getting touched at all.
Gail, you're not understanding the question. Who is responsible for drawing the congressional maps?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry. My question is, who is responsible for the maps? Specifically, who do we let California voters know are responsible for the maps that they are being presented with?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a collaboration.
There was several people involved.
Who specifically?
I don't have the full list right here with me, but we can certainly get that to you. But these maps are...
It was a collaboration. Yeah, between the DNC, a box of markers, and the world's biggest shredder. If you look at Gavin Newsom's recent social media posts, you might notice that he's been trying to imitate President Trump. Here are a couple of examples. Has anyone noticed that since I said, I hate Kid Rock, he's no longer hot? And here's another post from Gavin. I seldom watch low-rated garbage man Greg Gutfeld, but when I do, I marvel at the fake laughter on the show. And then Gavin continues. Newsom is getting so desperate, it's even making some of the folks on MSNBC uncomfortable.
And Willie, you can see the Democrats are trying to find their footing, and it's quite embarrassing, actually. I mean, Gavin Newsom, have you seen what he's doing online? And it's like, just take a deep breath. Yep. Don't try to turn the ship 180 degrees and they don't know what to do.
Newsom thinks he's hurting President Trump by imitating him, but all he's really doing is reminding people how much more entertaining President Trump is. Trump is like Netflix, and Newsom is like a Redbox kiosk outside a 7-Eleven.
Instead of trying to school Trump, talk into the camera about affordability. Talk about making groceries more affordable. Talk about what you're going to do for housing.
Can you imagine Gavin responding to that? I hear you on groceries, Joe. Just yesterday, I was shocked to see organic quinoa hit $23 a pound. That's practically highway robbery. Newsom's team just announced a listening tour to understand affordability concerns with stops planned at country clubs across California. And now to the comment section. So the first segment that we're going to talk about, we have a couple of funny comments on the PETA segment we did where they were upset about the nose ring in the cow on that Nintendo game. So this is from Mark Denoto 3699. Oh, come on. Most of PETA's members are wearing nose rings. And then the other one is from Justice Thurrott 2509. The good thing is cows will not be able to be reminded of the cruelty because they don't play video games. And I wondered, do you think anybody at PETA wanted to recognize that and say, hey, you guys know that cows don't play these games, right? Was there one person smart enough who almost said something but then didn't dare? Anyway, okay, now on to the segment that we did about Governor Pritzker, where he opened up financial aid to illegal immigrants in Illinois. So somebody asked this about Pritzker. Does Pritzker have too much money to be investigated? And the short answer, I think, is yes, but I wanted to see how much money this guy actually has. So this is from Forbes. They have him at his net worth being $3.7 billion. And then here's a couple of snippets from that same article. An heir to the Hyatt hotel fortune, Pritzker ran private equity firm Pritzker Group with his brother Anthony until March 2017. His uncle Jay Pritzker founded Hyatt Hotels, and his father Donald managed and developed the chain. And his sister Penny Pritzker, also a billionaire, served as U.S. Commerce Secretary under Barack Obama from 2013 to early 2017. Okay, brother and sister, both billionaires, and she worked under Obama. These guys have got to be so tied into the DNC and controlling the whole Democratic machine with that much money. Can you imagine? Anyway, so yeah, I think they are too rich to be investigated for probably anything. Okay, then with the segment that we did about the boys who were suspended because they noticed a girl in their locker room. And by the way, on that segment, YouTube actually demonetized me. And I just noticed that I got an email saying, okay, we've reviewed it and it's okay now. I mean, I watched that video. I was so careful to not say certain words, and they still dinged me. Anyway, in that article, it talked about how the girl in the locker room actually took a video with her phone to see the boys' reactions, and so many people were commenting about that. Isn't that breaking the law? Shouldn't she be in trouble? That this is ridiculous. And this is just one sample of that. This is from JennyTron3. Wow, she videoed it and she didn't get in trouble. Defund this. So, but a lot of people were wondering about how she could do that and nothing's happening to her. So I did see this one article from Fox where they commented on that. So this is from Fox. Virginia teen suspended for questioning transgender student about being in boys' locker room. And here's a little snippet from that article. While it is illegal to record inside locker rooms, an LCPS, I think that's Loudoun County Public Schools, official confirmed to Fox 5 DC in May that none of the boys appeared in compromising positions in the video, and therefore it was determined that no privacy laws were violated. That's it. Did you hear my stomach again? I'm sorry. This is starting to be a problem. Hopefully you don't hear it. Obviously, I need to eat more in the mornings, but anyway, that's crazy. Sorry to be distracted by my stomach, but the fact that they said, well, I mean, she didn't catch anybody in a compromising position, so filming in the locker room is okay. Is that the new rule now? Should we just tell all the kids that? As long as you don't catch anybody in a weird position, go for it. That's an insane rule from this school district. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.